Hello everybody, it's Selesnya here with another MTGArena video. Today we are playing a deck built around some artifact synergies. I was just browsing through my collection and I found the Yotian Dissident. It is a human artificer, 1/1, and says whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So the synergy that I am trying to play around is with the Patchwork Automaton. It is an artifact creature construct with Ward 2, and whenever you cast an artifact spell, put a 1/1 counter on Patchwork Automation. It is also a 1/1. And we try to play a deck that is focused around cheap artifact creatures, and then we try to create some more with the Gallagreeders, which has the alliance ability, so when another creature enters the battlefield under our control, we can choose one that hasn't been chosen yet. It is either put a +1/+1 counter on Gallagreeders, create a tapped treasure token, or we gain 2 life. The tapped treasure token is an artifact, so it does trigger the Yotian Dissident. And we do have some artifact creatures like, for example, the Iron Apprentice or the Yotian Frontliner, which are also artifacts that trigger the Automaton on cast. In addition to that, we run several protection spells like Lawrence Escape or Tamio's Safekeeping. And for some interaction, I do run 3 copies of Destroy Evil, 1 copy of Soul Partition because I only have 1. And then I also added the Lion Sash, simple as Graveyard Hate for a lot of the decks out there, like the Mono Blue deck, the Mono Black deck. And this artifact creature also helps with our intentional game plan. I have 1 copy, so I only play 1 copy. And as a little finisher, because I found out to be struggling a little bit with flying creatures, I added the Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter, which allows us to, you may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash, which is pretty cool as an interactive synergy here. And whenever we cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast that spell is greater than Liberator Urza's power, we put a 1/1 counter on the Liberator. So we won't grow him much, but what we are trying to focus around is the flying mechanic and also getting to cast our other artifacts with flash. And yeah, this is actually everything that you need to know about the deck. I'm also considering to play the card of, how is it called again? I need to see it. Here, there it is. Gaia's Gift, because it puts a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains Reach, Trample, Hexproof, and Indestructible. But at the cost of 2, I found it to be not that consistent. It doesn't help that much. So I am trying Lawrence Escape and Tamio's Safekeeping. I'm still figuring out a lot, still testing a lot. And yeah, we would see how this deck runs. So let's jump into some games. Okay, we have Gallagreeders, Iron Apprentice, the Liberator. I think we can keep this hand, still looking for some of our win cons, but we are on the draw, so maybe that'll help out. There's the Automaton, perfect. And then, yeah, I think we can still get one of the Iron Apprentice out of the way, maybe already bait a burn spell of our opponent, because if the apprentice dies, we put its 1/1 counters on another target creature we control, so that might help. We found another synergy card of ours. I think we will attack first. Okay, that was pretty smooth, but our opponent does have 2 mana available. I think we will start off with the Gallagreeders. It's a card that often eats a counter spell, but it doesn't. Okay. Let's see, Smoldering Egg, alright. So we might see a Fading Hope here. We will play the Dissident first. That triggers our Gallagreeders, and for now I think we will... Yeah, let's create a treasure token. That is like getting a 1/1 counter. Already synergizes nicely with the Iron Apprentice, and we will attack with both. Pass the turn afterwards. We still get 1 damage through. And our opponent will try to flip the Smoldering Egg as soon as possible. Spellrune Painter, okay. Luckily we found the land here. We will play the Automaton as our win con. And I'm fine making another tap treasure token. The War 2 definitely helps. Throw the automaton here. We have 3 mana available, so end of turn we could flash in the Battlethopter here. Or we play the Iron Apprentice, but we don't have that many triggers and we can keep up the safekeeping here. So let's keep it like that, and next turn we can put the pedal to the metal with our automaton. Okay. So if I flash in the Liberator, we will get a trigger from Galagridos. We can deploy 2 more tokens, 1/1 counters. And the Patchwork Automaton will also get out of range. So I think we will try that. Alright, that enters. We get to put a 1/1 counter and we will make a tap treasure token here for another trigger. He's out of range. Then I want... Who else do I want out of range? I think the Iron Apprentice can die. We can deploy 2 counters. Which means we can only get the Battlethopter out of the death range here. And then we can put the remaining counters also on the Battlethopter. Let's see if our opponent still has a Fading Hope or something like that. That would be the case. It might have been better to put the counters on the automaton, but our opponent doesn't have any interaction. That is a great draw. We play the Dissident. We follow up with another Iron Apprentice that triggers again. And I think I want to pressure my opponent by throwing the Smoldering Egg under the bus. So I will put the counter on the Patchwork Automaton. We have Tamio's safekeeping up, so we are actually pretty good to go. We are attacking for 11 here. And our opponent takes it, alright. Pretty sure they will try to flip the Smoldering Egg this turn. Another Brotherhood's End, okay. I am fine with that. This can resolve, this can resolve. 3 to each. Yep. And we will put the counter onto the automaton. Alright, our opponent has seen enough. Galagridos can make the missing white mana with their treasure tokens, so I give it a try. Okay, Svara headquarters. Automaton is pretty good here. I will still start off with the Galagridos. Bankbuster, okay. Tap treasure token. Attack for 1. Next turn we can resolve the Dissident. Okay. Let's make white here. Let's try to resolve Dissident. That does resolve, that's good. Let's make a tap treasure token. Put a counter on the automaton. Let's follow up with another artifact creature. We will put a 1/1 counter on Galagridos and grow our automaton. Okay. Now they can attack for 6. Bankbuster draws a card. Soul Partition. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. A spell cast by an opponent this way costs 2 more to cast. A Stomper, okay. Well, that cannot block unless our opponent has 7 lands, so he's still too far or too away from that. But it can crew the Bankbuster, so I gotta keep that in mind for the Soul Partition. We have 5 mana available, and I guess we will use it by simply flashing in the Liberator. Let's see. Does our opponent go for that line? They do. Okay. So in that case, we will get rid of the Bankbuster. And then we can flash in the Liberator now. Simply for... It actually doesn't matter, it's the same outcome. I could put a +1/+1 counter on the Gala Greeters. If I make a treasure token, I can simply use it from the trigger. I think going with the Iron Apprentice here is the correct line. So that if it gets killed, we still get a few more counters out of that. Yeah, Soul Partition definitely did a good job there. I think it's one of the more competitive cards when it comes to the Bravos War set. I think this card definitely has its reasons. Okay. Alright, opponent passes the turn, floats all their mana, and we go in for the win. Okay, so I did a slight deck update. I took out the Gala Greeters because they simply don't have that much artifact synergy. Of course, the tapped treasure token that you can create works pretty well with the Dissident, but I simply find the deck very lacking in card draw, so I took out the Gala Greeters and added the Combat Thrasher, also a card that really profits from the counters from the Dissident, a nice threat in addition to the Automaton, and simply the card draw of this card might help out a little bit more to stabilize during the game. I'm still considering to add several copies of Gaia's Gift, but I don't really know yet what I would like to take out for that. I am a fan of the Lion Sash, considering to take out a few copies of Destroy Evil or Lawrence Escape and Tamiyo's Safekeeping. But I don't know yet, we will try it like this for now, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Not what we want in our opening hand. This looks a bit better. I think I wanna hold back the frontliner for now. We might see a domain deck here. Okay, that's actually a pretty good draw. The question is, which protection spell do I want to keep up? I think I want to keep Lawrence Escape. And I think one on the Dissident, one on the Iron Apprentice is fine for now. Venom Connoisseur, okay. So more of a go wide strategy from our opponent. Let's offer a trade here. If they go for a block, we can still Lawrence Escape. Scry towards one of the cards that we actually need. Don't want the Venom Connoisseur around because of the Alliance ability. Okay, that could actually happen. So I can grow some of my other threats. I think that's okay for now. And we grow our other Iron Apprentice. Hold for ransom. Yeah, let's scry towards an answer. Alright, our opponent has seen enough. Okay, frontliner, double destroy evil, combat treasure. No. This looks better. Way better. Start off with the Dissident first. Seems like our opponent is playing a control deck. Nope. Okay, soldiers, Azorius soldiers. Land would have been great. Guardian is a pretty good answer to our automaton. Veteran also really good. Opponent doesn't attack, makes sense. I think here I want to, yeah, keep drawing cards. Pump up that combat treasure. Another Dissident, okay. Let's hope for the best that they don't play a Brutal Kafar now. So we don't have an answer to that right away. Of course they have it. Combat treasure down. Will most likely enlist the Guardian now. Yep, okay. Yeah, we need a land. We need a land. What we can definitely see is that we need to keep our protection up when we play this deck. We need to answer cards like the Brutal Kafar simply with one of our protection spells. That's the reason why we have them. So we should use them. I think I wanna try to bait into a trade here. Attack for 7. But I'm pretty sure that they won't take the trade here, yeah. At least now we have our protection up. And if in any way we can ambush the Rudokafar, that would be super dope. So they have mana for the Wandering Emperor, gotta keep that in mind. Thalia, that completely locks us out, at least for this turn. If they enlist, we will jump block with the frontliner so we can unearth it next turn. Hopefully we draw land. That's super dope. Alright. Again, let's try to offer something here. Let's see if and how our opponent blocks. Fading Hope. Well, let's answer that one. There's a battle flop down. Well, better than a lot of other cards, so that helps. Okay. Yep, fine for me. We still have our safekeeping up, even if they replay a Thalia. Defiler, this is scary. We definitely need something to grow above the 5 power mark here. Okay, they hold it back, so yeah, with a Liberator, definitely helps. Let's go in for a lethal attack here. Okay, we can make him grow. So one goes here, the other one goes here. So Defiler at least goes down. Guardian of Nubenalia can be protected by discarding a card. Okay, there goes the Make Disappear. And our opponent takes 3. We still have a safekeeping up. So there have been quite a lot of games where I really say, okay, the safekeeping and all of the protection spells, they don't pay off. But then there are games like these where I really say, okay, they really help. Like currently. Alright. Opponent doesn't attack back. So let's attack like this. Still hoping to get back our combat thresher. They will most likely jump with one of the Brudokafars that isn't... Oh, okay, or they will play it like this. The problem is now, it will turn to night. And if it then turns back, if they double spell now... Okay, looks like they don't have another spell. Okay, we got the Lawrence Escape. Yeah, we have to make sure that it doesn't turn back. Still, we gotta keep up the pressure. As long as the Moonrage Brood is on its night side, it isn't a soldier, so it doesn't trigger the Siege Veteran, which is also something that we gotta keep in mind. Nope, don't need that one. But now we get our combat thresher back. Our opponent loses 2 creatures. And we get it back as a 3/3. We will make our Liberator grow. Sadly a land. Sarah Redeemer. Cool card. I like it. Let's go for an all-out attack here. Alright. Alright everybody, these were a few games with the Selesnya artifacts deck. I think it is actually a lot of fun, but you definitely see that if the synergy gets broken down once and if you lose tempo in the other game, most of the games are really screwed. I do have to say I lost more than I won, but those that I won were just super exciting when all of these synergies went off with the automaton, with the dissident. When you get that going, it is a lot of fun. I think that the combat thresher is also a great addition to this deck simply because of the card draw from this card and these ongoing or undergoing threat that a combat thresher can be. We just saw in the last match when you kill the Brutal Kafan, it gets back as with its 7 mana value stats, and it's a 3/3 double strike. It's a powerful card. Liberator, Urza's Battlefopter, also pretty cool card in this deck. Overall, I do really like this deck. I think that there can still be way more optimizations done. For example, more soul partitions, less destroy evils, more synergistic cards. But on that side, I do have to say it is also kind of a budget deck. Most of the cards are commons and uncommons. Sure, Soul Partition is a rare, the Liberator is a rare, but all of the other cards are commons and uncommons. Of course, yeah, okay, I have 1 farmland in this deck overall, so this was a super fun deck, but as I've said, I've lost more than I won. I showed you some cool wins of this game, because also I do have to say the losses that I've had were, quite frustrating. We had, for example, a white mana protection spell and we only had green mana available because the dissident costs green and white, and that's not always pretty optimal when it comes to then playing a protection spell when you're short on mana and stuff like that. I think with the upcoming fast lands from Phyrexia, we might see some new synergies in here. Also, I do have to say, the automaton ran out of gas very fast simply because I didn't have that many artifacts to play, and then it kind of sits there as a 3/3, and then in turn 4 it's not that threatening anymore. You really have to keep this creature card going, and I think one of the best ways to do that is in a different color combination. I might play that one day, especially when I think of, where is this one Ronin card here, Reinforced Ronin. I think it's a super cool card, and due to the fact that it is an artifact, it triggers the automaton, and at the end of turn it gets back to your hand. You can recast it next turn for 1 red mana, which will then grow the automaton again, and you can just keep playing artifact spells over and over again, which is really what the automaton needs. This is something that this deck was lacking in, and overall, I think Urza's Battlefopter is a super cool card. Also, make sure to read this card carefully. Whenever you cast a spell, it doesn't matter if it's a creature spell, if it's a sorcery or something like that, it is every spell. If the amount of mana spent to cast that spell is greater than the power, he gets a +1/+1 counter. I think it's pretty cool, and a niche card where you really need to carefully read the text because it makes the Liberator a strong card in my opinion. And overall, I had fun playing this deck. Do I recommend it? No, not really. If you have a few wild cards laying around in common and uncommon, you can craft this deck and try to optimize it yourself. But this was my first version of the deck. And overall, I hope you enjoyed these matches. And then I would say, see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.